And welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jayzon. This right next to me is Ysera, and we've also got Arrow, but these teams are ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and go straight on into draft. But hello, Arrow. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I am doing wonderfully. I can't wait for this game.
Yeah, this is an epic matchup here in Division A. We've got Queen's Consorts versus Gimme the D-Shield. I would say the two most polarizing teams in Division A, and two of the most popular teams overall here in the Nexus Gaming Series.
And they're flying through the draft. It's like they already had, I don't know, half an hour or so to kind of figure this stuff out.
Or something, yeah. And Hanzo being banned out right away. This is Towers of Doom here for game number 1. And of course, Abathur banned out on the other side. So a couple of really strong heroes on this map. Maiev going to be banned out as well. She's just one of those heroes that if the enemy team can play it, you just don't want to see it.
Maiev's a hero that I really enjoy playing with. I personally can't get her down, but I really like playing with her as a tank. She just helps to set up plays and capitalize on the plays that I'm able to set up too.
Well, there you go. And we're going to see Queen's Consorts answering to the first pick Diablo with the Zeratul and Dahaka, but I also don't want to forget mentioning the Orphea ban. That's pretty much an automatic when Rexpa's on the other side.
I heed the voice of Elune.
So Diablo... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. All you.
Yeah, so I was just pulling up and looking at the stats here. So Diablo is one of the few heroes that they've got banned against them all the time. So it's kind of surprising that that was let through against D-Shield.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to target ban Rexpa a little bit there, but looks like Sylvanas is going to be picked up along with Tyrande to follow up that Diablo. We'll see what Rexpa comes up with later. You know, constantly seeing him on the long-ranged, the ranged assassins and mages in particular has kind of been his specialty for as long as I've been seeing him play. But Imperius is going to be the answer for Queen's Consorts on the ban. So not wanting to see that potential double front line of Diablo and Imperius. What do you think we're going to see out of Gimme the D-Shield on the turn ban here? No, there
I'm going to go with Ana.
Yeah, well played. GG.
With my special powers of foresight.
Yeah, all these messages coming from the future, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that impressive. But we are going to see two more picks coming up here for Queen's Consorts. They need a little bit of beef, and there it is. Johanna going to come out, and Jaina as well for Yonners. So looking maybe at a little bit of a VP ring combination coming out here for Queen's Consorts.
They've got a pretty solid setup there. You've got the Blessed Shield to initiate. You can use the VP to initiate. You've got a Dahaka to just run rampant over the backline and pull him in. That looks pretty rough to deal with right now.
Yeah, we are going to see Rexpa going to the Li Ming here, so they're going to be looking to set up for these resets. And with the Diablo Tyrande combo, not too hard to get picks, especially if you can find somebody out that's not Johanna. And then Leo going to be in the solo lane against Dahaka here. So Queen's Consorts will have a little bit of an advantage on the rotations with the with the global ability of Dahaka and that brush stock. But we'll see what the last pick here is for Queen's Consorts.
So it begins.
So it looks like they're going to go with the Deckard. So a little bit nerfed on the healing, but still pretty strong hero overall.
And it, once again, plays into their hand of building that combo for a Jaina blow-up with that stay a while.
Yeah, just more CC to put on top of it. But yeah, a good stay a while and listen can be the setup that Mayog is going to need for those VPs. So should be interesting to see how they can do that. They don't need a whole lot more damage than what Zeratul and Jaina can bring with that burst. Especially with the Tyrande heals on the other side, not exactly well known for burst prevention.
Yeah, and the Diablo and Li Ming, or I'm sorry, the Diablo and Tyrande into a well-placed Li Ming combo is going to be really rough for a lot of that team if Diablo can get on any of those squishy targets, but it's not going to be easy to get past Johanna.
Yeah, Johanna very good at zoning. Not quite as good at peeling. If somebody does get past Johanna, there's not a whole lot she can do on the backside. But Jaina, you know, pretty good at kind of peeling for herself in a way with those slows. Decker the same with his slows and roots. And of course, Zeratul is basically the big escape artist here in the Nexus. So definitely a lot of tools for them to deal with. Over on the side of Queen's Consorts. But let's go ahead and get on into Game 1. Towers of Doom on the left. We have Queen's Consorts. We've got Hollis playing the Johanna. Mayon going to be on the Zeratul. Yonners playing Jaina. Dr. Holiday going to be on the Deckard Cain. And Ember is going to be playing Dahaka.
On the right, we've got Gimme the D-Shield with Rexba on Li Ming, Bashing on Leoric in the solo lane, Nutster on Diablo, Samwise on Sylvanas, and Butte Holiday on Tyrande.
All right, so we're going to see both teams forming up into this mid lane to start. Looks like we might get our 5v5, but Gimme the D-Shield going to go ahead and psych everybody out and start heading out to the side lanes. Leo to top, Li Ming to bot. Did you see anything in particular at level 1 that's catching you off guard?
I am not locked onto your thing for some reason.
Uh-oh. Try the C. Try the C.
Yeah, I did.
Make sure
Didn't
to press
do it.
L.
Did that too. All right. Well, I'll try to work it out here while you're
Hit
you
number
talk, I'll
pad
go to
1
the thing.
twice. That might do it.
There we go. I don't
All right.
understand why that was so different.
Yeah, there are a couple different settings here and there for that observer thing. But either way, rotation game started here early by Queen's Consorts. Sharking around, looking mostly for the XP, but Zeratul going to come up to mid to soak. Meanwhile, Gimme the D-Shield kind of a little bit split here in their rotations. I don't really know what their objective might be here, but mostly it looks like they're just trying to get on the soak game early, and looks like both teams going to rotate for a nice early camp grab.
So you asked about the level 1s. Oh, and here comes Johanna trying to check out this camp. They pulled off theirs. Johanna's going in with Condemn, pushing him back. Diablo pushing in with the Zeratul, and Johanna's getting chunked. She may go down here.
Yeah, Hollis getting very low here. Samwise also getting low on the backside. Yonners stepping forward, trying to get a little bit of harass. The damage coming out on the backside from Rex, but Diablo the first to fall, and that's going to be a successful camp grab here for Queen's Consorts.
I like that aggression. They're going to need to do that. Like the combos that they've got at 10 are really going to be solid, but they've got to keep D-Shield off their game, because the Diablo charge and stuns, if they're not careful, if they're playing defensive, it's going to be a very different game for them.
Yeah, it's worth noting that Ember did rotate to the bot lane with that Brush Stalker to try and give them a little bit of an advantage on that invade, but looks like it's only one wave that was lost up in the top. Bashing doing a nice job of double soaking right now on the Leo. It's going to give Gimme the D-Shield a little bit more of an opportunity to try to maybe push bot later in the game, but right now we're going to see members of Gimme the D-Shield coming up to mid to soak it the old-fashioned way.
So you were asking about the early talents as the 3 altar phase comes up here. I'm honestly a little surprised to see the Devils do, just because of the amount of fights that happen in around the altars instead of the Soul Shield for the potential against that Jaina blow up. But we'll see how that affects them in these team fights.
You mentioned it, triple altar phase is spawning. Both the solo laners going to go ahead and cap in the top areas, so that's going to be just the 1-for-1 trade, and the fight will commence on bottom. But here comes the Brush Stalker. Ember going to come in right on top of Diablo, hits the tongue onto Rexba, and Rexba gets completely blown up. Nutster also getting very low on the front side. Ember going to have to burrow to dodge a few of those shots from the cannon tower, but that's a very early... Oh my goodness, the members of Gimme the D-Shield sticking around too long, and Queen's Consort's going to make them pay here with a 4-for-0 exchange. They're going to get that second bell tower, take an early lead and a front wall while they're at it.
And these camps, what are the timers on these camps? 20 seconds, 50 seconds on theirs, so they're not going to be able to really push in on that bot lane. But the bot lane is so important on this map. They're going to be looking to push those consistently. They already were hyper aggressive on the first camp. I fully expect them to keep going with that aggression. and push on that bot lane.
Yeah, I would say definitely Gimme the D-Shield's comp. More of a scaling comp. Li Ming hitting a lot of her power spikes at 13 and 16, like a lot of mages do. Diablo, of course, not super powerful until he gets up to those 100 solds. Nutster currently at 43. Meanwhile, you said it. Here comes the camp invade. Gimme the D-Shield trying to grab their camp, but very, very aggressive are the members of Queen's Consorts. They get him low, not quite going to be able to finish him off, but Bashing actually rotating down defensively here to make sure they get this. And so we're going to see the split from Ember and from Zeratul in the mid as well. So they're going to get a little advantage in the XP game instead.
Yeah, so Queen's Consorts is up pretty much a full level. That's going to give him a nice push toward 10. It's not going to affect this altar phase, but it may very well get the next one. And D-Shield is looking to push these sappers in. It looks like Sylvanas got the Merc Queen, so she's going to be doing some extra damage with those sappers.
Nice extra 60% damage from that level 4 from Sylvanas. This is the Ryokai build that we've seen coming out in that recent Nexus, that Nexperts video. But either way, we are going to see the trade right now up in the top. So neither team getting too overly aggressive here. You mentioned it before. Queen's Consorts has a nice XP lead. Not enough to get them level 10 for this phase, but I like that call. You know, the side of Gimme the D-Shield still needing to scale a little bit, so no need to force the issue too early here.
So we do have Subdue from Johanna too. That's going to be a really significant slow anytime she can get to. She's going in here to 3v4, going extra aggressive into this, but they're going to chunk down Butte. Johanna's still trying to keep things moving forward here, get these minions in, get a little bit of damage. Zeratul's coming in on the backside here, just sharking around, trying to stay out of the vision of that fort.
Yeah, there's the level 10s coming in now for the side of Queen's Consorts. It is going to be Falling Sword, Isolation, Stay a While, and Listen, along with the Ring of Frost and VP. So, Wombo combo being looked at here for Queen's Consorts.
I don't see a lot of Falling Sword. Have you seen a lot of Falling Sword?
I do not. You know, I honestly thought it was going to be Blessed Shield, but it makes sense. You know, it's another setup mechanic or follow-up mechanic in terms of that VP pressure. So, you know, you could kind of go either way with it. At the very least, you know, the Blessed Shield, not quite as reliable in terms of who it's going to hit for that stun. If people can't step up or kind of, they kind of control who it hits in a lot of ways at times. But I like the adjustment because that Falling Sword can guarantee it's going to hit on that circle wherever that VP fell. So more reliable as that CC follow-up.
So 10 coming in for D-Shield here. They're looking to stall this out, at least get everybody here. Dahaka's not down yet. You can expect Dahaka to be coming here shortly. Flip onto Johanna into the wall. We got a silenced Deckard Cain, but the VP going out. Lightning Breath with the ring. This is going to be painful. Here comes the pain. There goes Sylvanas. Oh my goodness. And here we go with a second kill, possibly a third on Diablo.
Yeah, there it is. 2-for-0 exchange. The Wombo combo lives and is very healthy here in this match. Nutster getting very low, but does make it out with the help from Beautiful Holiday there. And we're going to see Dahaka actually finishing that quest talent from level 1 as the members of Queen's Consorts pick themselves up another altar. And that's going to give them an 8-point lead right now here on Towers of Doom.
And they're going to head back to their camp after taking the aggressive camp, which is not going to really get any significant value here other than the XP, keeping it out of D-Shield's hands. And looks like they're going to try to bring this and push this set of free, and Zeratul's going to rotate down.
Yeah, all about the denial there. I do still like that play from Queen's Consorts, even if they don't have the ability to push that in. Now they can look to maybe try to get something done here, but they're very close to level 13, but big root coming in from Deckard. Gonna hit 3, Bashing getting very low. Shadowstalk is popped, but Leo is still gonna end up falling. Also, Samwise in kind of a rough spot here, trying to come in on the backside. Gonna have to Haunting Wave away. We do have the Falling Sword there, Gonna lock Sylvanas in, and Hollis is able to finish off the kill. Drag now onto Nutster. He's gonna get very low, and he's gonna be taken out right as he gets his souls completed too. Ouch!
I have to say, you know, the Queen's Consorts are very low on mana here. They're gonna get this bottom. Oh, they're looking to keep going on this. They're gonna get Tyrande for sure.
Whew. Actually, they get Zeratul on the other side. Tyrande does end up going down, but all in all, I don't even know who to call a win on that. Ember goes down, and now it's definitely a win for Gimme the D-Shield.
Well, Queen's got that bottom tower, though, so, you know, you've got a 3 versus 4, but they're set up to take this altar. They're going to try to come in and poke it out, but I don't know that they're going to get there quickly enough. Rexpa's going down. Yes, oof. Indeed, they got the altar. Leoric's going to go down. It looked for a moment like he was B-stepping, but it was just one, so probably just a mistake. That was a big win for Queen's Consorts. Cutting off the retreat, the D-Shield coming in, they didn't really have any options other than a quick stall and hope.
Yeah, I like the gumption, trying to go across there and trying to stall out to get that, to be able to get that back, but Gimme the D-Shield split in their focus there. A couple members working on the bell tower, a couple members going to the camp, or going to the altar, I should say, and it's a good old Dreadnought quote that I really like to go back to a lot of times from him is 5 people to a bad call is better than 3 to a good call. And so whenever you got them split, it's just rough.
Right, you got to trust in your teammates and make sure that you can make it happen. You win or lose by the team.
So we will have the side of Gimme the D-Shield grabbing their camp here at the bot. About a 2-level lead right now for Queen's Consorts. They're very close to that level 16. Mayog actually in a little bit of trouble. Gets hit by the Entomb after the blink comes out. VP not going to be able to save him. And that's going to be a massive pick. Exactly what Gimme the D-Shield needed as we see this triple altar phase spawning.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's a questionable call. I don't know that VP was the right call. You delay your death. I guess you're able to blink out, but there were 5 members of D-Shield there to make sure that didn't happen, and now that's a long cooldown. Johanna's getting attacked here by 4 of the members of D-Shield. Stunned into the wall. She could Falling Sword out. There it goes. And Diablo's trying to... But there goes Li Ming and Tyrande. The blow-up comp is real.
Yeah, Ember coming Diablo's in from the backside. You're going to be chasing after Nutster here, but already 2 down for the members of Gimme the D-Shield. But look at Sam Wise. Caps in the bot, Caps on the top right, and even going 0 for 4 there, Gimme the D-Shield still manages to get 2 of those away and trade out evenly here, even after the boss is going to be taken.
Absolutely, and you know what? I say it all the time, whether it's doing a QM game or a ranked game or whatever. You know, if you sacrifice a player or 2, so be it. To get the points, this map is all about the points on core. And 4 points on core is worth a death or 2 in most cases until you get much later in that game and potential for throwing with the extra towers.
Yeah, well, and especially with the death timers not being incredibly long here, I think it's still worth. But on the other hand, we do... Oh, Ember actually getting caught in the Entomb up in the top. Ton of pressure coming in. Does look like Ember's not going to be able to make it out here. Trying to run around and at least forestall the death. But there it is. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Queen's Consort's going to go ahead and convert this bell tower. The one big thing that Gimme the D-Shield has to worry about here is they're just falling way behind in XP. Still 2 full levels behind. They're going to get 16, but level 20 is going to be around the corner before we know it here for Queen's Consorts.
And they don't have a retreat option again. These 2 altars are in the bot lane and in the mid, and here they come. They may not have enough time to get this bot fort back before those are up. It's going to make it a very difficult poke for them to fight into this. Well, they've got the Merc Queen Sylvanas, so they're going to get some serious damage out of this.
Yeah, they're going to try to convert this, and yeah, hello. Those Zappers go in with that 60% damage buff and completely annihilate it. So it's going to be 4 to 4 in terms of the shots available. VP is going to hit 3 members, but Yonner's actually being zoned out there. No ring to follow it up. We do see the lightning breath coming in from Nutster. Hollis trying to come in on the backside and deal with that falling sword, but it's not going to be enough. Zeratul is going to fall, and actually Bashing going in maybe a little bit too deep, eating tower shots. Nutster now eating tower shots, and the naked ring coming out there from Yonner's, unaided by any sort of CC, still grabs 2, and the turn from Queen's Consorts is real.
What a flip that was. And you just get so much damage out of that Jaina combo. It doesn't matter. You stay in too long and you just die. And I think that's gotta be, if you're playing Diablo right now, that's gotta feel bad, because that soul shield would be so huge right now for you. That's 2 or 3 fights now that he just melts.
Yeah, and again, very close to those 100 souls as well, so near maximum power, still getting beat up. But let's take a second to rewind the clock and take a look at the counter at the top. After that double altar capture there, 24-3 is the score here on Towers of Doom. So back against the walls. Gimme the D-Shield. Gonna have to come up with something soon, because level 20 is gonna be in here in short order for Queen's Consorts.
Zeratul just got massively chunked by the Li Ming. But thankfully there are potions aplenty to bring him back up to full. D-Shield's going to go ahead and kill off these sappers before they can cause any damage to their bot tower. Tyranda's playing a dangerous game. She's going to be okay.
Yeah, we'll be able to make it out, but you're right. Kind of caught in no man's land, as is now Nutster. So he's going to actually charge a minion into the mid to try and get away from that. But you can tell Queen's Consort's just kind of playing the rotation game, doing that wave clear, and they may even look to try and get some damage onto bot here.
Yeah, and you know, again, same problem as before. Bot lane, if this goes down, D-Shield has no well, they have no retreat. They have to take both of these altars to avoid losing the game at this point. They can't let either of these through.
Yeah, you got to play defense while trying to somehow get some kills, play offense when they're down 20. Bashing going in on the backside, and Tomb not finding anybody there. Already getting chunked, but nice port out there. Rexma dodging out of the VP. Wailing Arrow is on the back, but only going to find Yonners. Meanwhile, the nice zoning by Dr. Holiday there with that stay a while and listen. But it's going to be Li Ming that falls first on the backside. Mayong bouncing around this team fight, dealing a lot of damage. Rexpa already with the GG, as Nutster getting very low, Sam Wise getting very low, and Dr. Holiday on the winning cap on the backside. That is going to be it. Shots fired to the other side, and game 1 going to go over to Queen's Consorts.
Wow, that was intense. Every time you felt like D-Shield was coming back into it, Queen's Consorts just turned around and said, "Nah, we got this." Every time.
And they were able to get it. Match summary now brought to you here by the Nexus Gaming Series. So, Queen's Consorts, what would you say was their key to victory in that match? Any particular heroes or players that really stood out for you in their gameplay?
You know, they had a few circumstances where they just got caught out. You know, Dahaka got caught out, Zeratul got caught out a couple of times, but, you know, for the most part, they played really well together as a team. They set up their combos really well. They forced a brick wall in front of their Jaina so that she could just drop blizzards all over the place and just destroy the team. Every time they wanted to come in, Jaina was there to remind them of how terrible of an idea that was, and Zeratul coming in to clean up the mess.
Yeah, 25-5, the final kill count here. Taking a look back at these builds, anything in particular that surprised you? We did talk about the falling sword a little bit. Do you think that was effective?
It's such a different thing. I don't know that I've taken falling sword in a year or so. And they even took the 20 upgrade for the additional damage, reducing the cooldown for that. That's a really unique setup. I think it did get some value. In fact, there was one play in the bot lane that I want to say it was Tyrande that she was able to sword onto and finish the play. The upgraded Deckard respect the elderly. Love that talent. Just sit here and listen to me, and then when you're done, just take a moment because you can't do anything. What are you gonna do?
Well, there you go. All right, so we are going to be setting up here for game number 2, and it looks like they are already in on the lobby. These teams, of course, NGS veterans, real pro in terms of how they approach pretty much everything in this game. So we're going to get right on into map number 2, and we're going to be going to Volskaya Foundry.
So Volskaya is a fun map, and it's unique in the play with the equipment, with your turrets, your support camp, the one support camp being in the middle, and then the limp noodle version of the camps that almost never do anything except for if you have a 12-minute fight over one of the control points. Really a lot of team fighting in this map, and I believe you said it earlier today or yesterday that there's just a couple of minutes of time you just don't have much to do in this map, but soak lanes and fight the opponent.
Yeah, there's a lot of downtime. I think a lot of times the advantage goes to the team that's more patient on this map, because a lot of it is timing with team fighting, playing with those percentages, because there's a lot of leeway and give and take when it comes to these control points, and the camps are just so important. The timing can really make a big deal of, if you give up one here, you give up a little percentage, you can go get more camps later. And there's just so much macro play here. But one thing I will say is that Sylvanas, very, very powerful on this map for pretty much the same reason that she's powerful on towers. So we'll see if that's something that Gimme the D-Shield wants to prioritize again here on this map.
So you mentioned it last game. They clearly don't want to let Rexpa in on the Heroes of the Storm universe hero Orphea.
No.
I've heard tell of the chaos that is caused from there. And here comes Johanna for Nutster, so a little bit of a change from the Diablo.
Oh my goodness, in comes Mayog on the Maiev. That might be and not only that, but paired with Hollis on the Diablo, that is a massively scary front line. If I'm a backline player and my captain is asking me what I should draft into that, I'm just looking at him saying, I don't know. I don't know that anything will keep me safe.
Gotta find your own way to keep yourself safe, right? Hopefully you've got something like a Jaina ice block or lots and lots of range.
And be like in the middle section in my base, just kind of throwing spells over the wall.
Well, and they've got Imperious, so I mean that's gonna be some damage against the Diablo played right. Banning out the Cho'Gall.
Oh, love it. And
looking at that
Alexstrasza, maybe.
That line finder, that's a lot of health.
If we end up with a Gimme the D-Shield win here, I'm gonna have to remember to ask whether or not Rexpa and friends were planning on going with Cho'Gall. But either way, we are going to see the Jaina ban out coming out here from Gimme the D-Shield. So they're not wanting to see a repeat on those rings from Yawners. They say, no thank you, let's see something else this game.
Yeah, and they we didn't mention it earlier, but they also banned out the Zeratul, both of which had a significant impact on that game. Not any surprise that they took those out. You got the Maiev here now, and Maiev on this map with her Warden's Cage can be just crazy. Coming in with the Ana and Blaze for the solo lane. Ana, of course, being a direct counter to Alexstrasza.
Yeah, and Ana, just in general, just very difficult to deal with on this map. Really good sustained healing to be able to keep you on these points. And Alexstrasza not having quite that power potential, though she does bring, of course, the Dragon Queen, which can be very powerful. Last two picks here are going to be a couple of backline AA heroes for Gimme the D-Shield. So pairing with that Johanna on the front side with the blinds, we're going to have Cassia, who gets a lot of extra benefit from that.
It is an interesting comp on D Shield side. I feel like they're gonna struggle with, getting two on it. And Kael'thas, I didn't know that they played Kael'thas in Div A. I thought he was just globally banned for them.
Yeah, either that or that it's just up here, just nobody plays it in general, I think. But I don't. I mean, that's a perception. I don't actually know the numbers, but yeah, Kael'thas gonna be coming out, and it's a pretty decent counter to Alexstrasza and the way her healing works when you want to be able to group around those circles of healing. So, we'll be interested to see how this works out for him.
Not only that, but there's one other aspect to Kael'thas that I have really enjoyed, which is with Maiev, with her what is it, tether, and a Kael'thas living bomb. It goes nuts, and it's not going to be difficult for them to get at least a little bit of a spread out of that. If they can cleave anybody, it's spreading, and it's going to be a significant problem for Alex.
Agreed. All right. Well, it just looks like the stream is acting up again. Let's go ahead and get it reset here.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
All right. Well, on the left, we are going to have Queen's Consorts. We're going to have Yonners playing the Kael'thas. Hollis going to be on the Diablo. Ember going to be playing the Blaze. Mayog on the Maiev. And Dr. Holiday on the Ana.
For D Shield, we've got Rexpa on Zul'jin.
And Zul'jin just getting completely annihilated there. But we are going to see Sam Wise getting very low on the Cassia. Beautiful Holiday going to be, or Butte Holiday going to be on the Alexstrasza. Nutster going to be playing the Johanna, and Bashing going to be on the Imperius. Meanwhile, rotation to the top here for Queen's Consorts, as they are going to be starting off very strong, not only with that early first blood, but they're also going to be going directly into these early strong rotations. It looks like we are back live as well. We'll see if we can get Arrow back in here. Not sure if Discord's the problem. We've been having some drops lately, but good news is that this is all being recorded, so we are at the very least going to have a smooth recording to send off to YouTube for anybody to be able to watch later. But either way. Yeah, and there he is, back again.
I'm back. So
right.
Did you hear anything I had to say?
No, not really. I kind of finished off the introduction of Gimme the D-Shield on the right. But either way, the pull-in onto Rexpa. Look out here. Bomb also going to be going off. And Rexpa's the one holding that turret. So definitely don't want to see him fall here.
And I gotta say, the Alexstrasza into the Maiev, you put a bullseye on the cleave. You're asking for Maiev to come in and pull your entire team, or just negate all of your healing, 100%. And she's got Fan of Knife resets coming out of that. It's gonna be really tough for D-Shield to play into this.
Yeah, just in general, Maiev, just a terror to have to deal with, pretty much in any game, in any situation. But and Queen Consorts knows it. They're putting pressure on Gimme the D-Shield to want to come engage here as they try to take the support camp. They're doing pretty aggressive rotations. Nutster is going to come in, but the camp is captured by Queen's Consorts. And they do end up. We do see Sam Wise going in, picking up and putting down the biotic emitter, though. It's not going to be enough to keep him up, but a little bit of a toy denial at the very least there.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if I like the decision to go in and get that. It makes it a little bit more even when they get on this point. Cassie's gonna be back, so you trade out the equipment for the XP. Probably a worth trade. They don't get that full healing on the entire team. Looks like Maev's gonna shark in on this. Zul'jin, he's going to come back. Oh, they missed the Blaze charge, but Zul'jin's going to go down anyways.
And that turret is going to go over to Queen's Consorts as well. That's definitely the feels bad man moment of game number 2 to get this started off. 3-0 for Queen's Consorts as they are picking up where they left off in game number 1.
So we've got 4 on the point. Blaze and Imperius now still in the bot lane. They can rotate up pretty easily. Blaze is pretty low on mana, so we'll see how that goes. And the B-stepping coming out from Maiev. Holy smokes. Doesn't even care.
Well, you know, not that anybody on Gimme the D-Shield could see it from that angle, but just a little something for the stream, just in case we were watching, and we were. So there you go.
You love to see it. So Diablo pulling back a little bit, just enough to stay on the point. They're at 85% now, and it's going to be 4-on-4 here. Blaze is coming up, and Dragon's popped. They don't care. They take the point in the Protector. Kayle and Diablo going in.
Yeah, Queen's Consorts strutting their stuff here. Early turret put down there to kind of zone the members of Gimme the D-Shield, and they just weren't ready to come in on that. I think that they're kind of waiting for level 10s to try to get some sort of hard engage here. They're okay giving up this first Protector, but they can't afford to continue giving up kills and having the snowball here in the mid-game.
Yeah, and Queen's Consorts here is just so aggressive that D-Shield... Oh my goodness. Johanna's at half already. Zul'jin's at half. And he's trying to go back in on that. He's trying to get those stacks up on his level 1, right? And he's only at 6 right now. That's going to take a little while to build up. Looks like they're going to take down this wall and hopefully... okay, Nutster's not going back. Butte going to get up to 3/4 health again, and they want to fight this. They're going to follow in and then walk away.
Yeah, they are able to get that well, though. Nice prize for Queen's Consorts, but we are going to see the shield coming out. And, oh, the huge flame strike from Yonners. One thing we didn't mention, Dr. Holiday on the Ana does have that grenade to try to deny that healing. Pretty strong counter to Alexstrasza with that circle of healing.
Yeah, Alexstrasza in this case feels like they're down a hero. Looks like Bashing is in a little bit of trouble, but it's just Diablo and Blaze. He can walk away from that. But the Alexstrasza, you've got quite literally everybody on the opposing side just wanting you to be in one place, and you're giving them that opportunity.
Not
Here
only
comes
that,
level
but
10s.
the big thing with Alexstrasza is you should be able to get that first Protector. So I feel like Gimme the D-Shield missed a big window to get an early advantage in this game, but we are going to see Biotic Emitter number 2 going to be grabbed up here by Queen's Consorts. Ember almost finding that charge in there, but just not quite enough length on that charge, and we are going to end up seeing Gimme the D-Shield making it out okay. But level 10s for Queen's Consorts, we're going to see the Lightning Breath along with Drop Bunker, Nano Boost, Phoenix, and the Warden's Cage.
Pretty much what you would expect out of this, I think, with the Warden's Cage. Lightning Breath and Phoenix doing a lot of damage into that. You've got Maiev over here just being cheeky with the cleave, and of course Johanna saying, I don't care. Ember soaking that bot lane, and Bashing coming to get a Celestial Charge, chunking her down to about half health. Imperius does have a lot of single target damage with his Valorous Brand at 1. Popping his ult to try to get out of this here, and it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, back and forth they go. Bashing going to throw a couple of those swords out at the end of that. But level 10's now also in for Gimme the D-Shield. Looks like we're going to have that Taz Dingo, Angelic Armaments, the Ball Lightning, Blessed Shield, and the Cleansing Flame. How do you feel about Cleansing Flame versus Lifebinder right now for Alexstrasza?
You know, I feel like that's got to be the call, because she needs that extra healing. She needs an escape route, if nothing else, to be able to help heal into the Warden's Cage when they get pulled in, and to get out of it if she needs to. I feel that's an important call for her.
All right. Well, in we go here for control point B up in the top lane. And
Terminal online.
we will see the members of Gimme the D-Shield standing on it first. I think Queen's Consorts might want to slow play this to get 13, but looks like they are around. They're sharking around looking to see if they can find anybody. Butte Holiday gonna have to get out there. I like Nutster stepping in front of Ember there on that charge, protecting his support.
Yeah, and they just, you know, it looked like they were trying to posture in and maybe take some time to get 13 and make it an easy, and then they just remembered they've had no problems this game with dealing with that front line. They've certainly prevented the charge from Diablo a few times on Johanna, but it seems like there should be more than 3 kills on this. Johanna going in with the Blessed Shield, and now Ember charging in. Johanna's going to walk out, open up the door, Cleansing Flame going on, healing up the backline here. The Diablo Lightning Breath is out. We're going to see 1 kill. Okay, here comes a second, probably a third. The Taz Dingo going out, and Bunker dropped. They're going to go ahead and pull back, it looks like.
A huge
Nutster
3 for nothing there from Queen's Consorts as they are able to pick up the point once again, and they're going to have enough charge to be able to get their second Triglav Protector there. Just a lot of patient damage there from Queen's Consorts. They kited back a little bit. Gimme the D-Shield maybe overextending into tower range, eating a lot of extra damage in that manner. But boy, once they were ready to turn, they turned hard there, Arrow.
Yeah, and they're going to get this support camp thanks to that 3 kills and also the Protector. So they're going to easily get this top fort down. The only question is if they're going to go for the any keep wall or damage. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. We got a 4-on-4 technically here.
Yeah, they find the kill onto Rexpa. Sam Wise also going to go down. Oh my goodness, the triple kill from the Triglav Protector, and Mayog supporting it on the backside. And yeah, now I think they can go full keep. A 3-level lead here for Queen's Consorts, and Nuts just going to go down. Even going to drop the turret just for good measure. Dr. Holiday wants to play with the toys too, so they're going to go ahead and pick up the turret. And yeah, this is starting to snowball a little bit out of control here in this Div A matchup.
Yeah, this is a rough place to be in, to lose your top keep so early in the game, just at 11 minutes. You're a full talent tier down. They're trying to go in with 4. They're still missing Johanna. Blaze clearing out the mid lane. Rexpa's going to get low, but the heal from Butte going to keep him just fine, even with that root up.
Yeah, so Triglav still having a few seconds left. They're going to go ahead and pop a little bit more damage out of it and grab the mid fort, as the members of Gimme the D-Shield are looking to maybe try to engage here. They're kind of, it feels like in desperation mode here. Lightning Breath comes out right in the middle of that Warden's cage, everybody being bounced back. Alex Straza trying to keep people up with the Cleansing Flame, but it's not going to be enough. 3 deaths, 4 deaths coming soon if Bashing doesn't get enough healing.
Oh my goodness.
Bunker kill over the wall. 4 for nothing as Queen's Consorts now look to get the mid-front wall of this keep.
And they've got a wave coming behind it. They've got camps, they've got turrets. The world is their oyster, but they're going to go ahead and push in, and I think they could probably get this keep before the D-Shield can get back here and do anything about it.
Yeah, and why wouldn't they go for it here? 14-0 right now on the kill counter, and Queen's Consorts just not scared of anything. You can see Ember just diving in, trying to find a CC to set up, but that's 2 lanes now just completely cleared out, and the only one left being the bot lane. That is going to be where the next Triglav is, but this is starting to feel like we're getting to the point of no return if you're giving the D-Shield.
And we're currently up 4 levels, now back to 3. This is a rough place. You're behind in XP such a significant amount. 16 is a huge talent tier. This is a tough place to come back from. But if they can get one solid team fight and get this Protector, they can still take down that bottom fort and that bottom keep if it's a really solid team fight. I don't know that they can do that with the comp that they've got. It's going to be tough for them to do that. It looks like Queen's Consort's going to come in Nutster is trapped.
Nutster. Look out. All 5 members are here. The Unstoppable popped early there, trying to help get out, but the tether is going to pull them back. The stun comes down. Cleansing Flame not going to be able to save him. And that's going to be a 15th kill for Queen's Consorts. Still, however, Gimme the D-Shield is on pace to be able to get level 16 before level 20 comes in for Queen's Consorts. But I just don't know. You know, if they get 16, they might be able to try to take a fight before Queen's Consorts gets 20. But every single member of Queen's Consorts has an item to use here in this next team fight.
2 of which, at least, are the heal camps.
Yeah, it looks like 2 heal camps and 3 of the turrets now for Queen's Consorts as they head in towards this bottom control point C, which may well end up being the final control point of this matchup, because I feel like if Gimme the D-Shield doesn't win this soon on a big turnaround, then Queen's Consorts is just going to win this war of attrition.
Yeah, and with all those items, you're talking a significant amount of damage, easily as much as a player would bring. You've got extra healing, easily as much as a player would bring, if not 2, to a whole team. That's health and mana. They can do whatever they want for 10 to 15 seconds. And D-Shield's going to go ahead and take out this top fort, which, you know, at least it's going to get you something. You're going to get some catapults in there occasionally, but you're losing that bottom keep wall. That is your lifeline at this point.
Hashtag base race?
Maybe? I mean, you're down 20 to 16. What else do you got to lose at this point, right?
I don't know. You know, your core would be my main answer, but we are going to see them getting a free Triglav Protector 100%. They're going to go on the core. The only person they don't have here is Anna. They've got all these turrets to go down, and yes, this is going to be the play for good or ill. I think it's a little bit too late. They've got a lot of damage on it, but Lightning Breath's going to go down. And the valiant effort from Gimme the D-Shield to try and bring that back, but just too much percentage and a little bit too far ahead here as Queen's Consorts. They're going to wrap up this series 2-0 here on Volskaya Foundry.
That was intense. That was a lot of one team, and the other team was, you know, playing AI for most of it, it seemed like.
You know, I got to be honest, as again, we see the lovely zeros on my screen. Just getting completely trolled tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but I apologize for the UI issues. But either way, you know, I like the call. I gotta be honest, I like the call coming out from Gimme the D-Shield. It's like I said, you look at how the whole match was going. The team fights just were not going your way ever, at all, in any way, shape, or form. And all those items and everything, they were not going to be able to beat Queen's Consorts in a straight team fight. So they decided to go core. You know, they didn't win the game, but it might have been their best shot. You know, maybe Gimme the D-Shield is a little faster on the rotation, and Queen's Consorts doesn't see it coming. But they were able to counter pressure and get to core just a little bit faster. But yeah, I like them trying to do something, trying to find an avenue to win the game and doing their best to execute.
Absolutely. And you know what? They had to. They were not winning any of the team fights. The only way that they could see that they could win this game was to take it away from the team fights. And the only direction they could do that was to go top lane, far away from the enemy team as they could. I think that was the most push down that they had. And you know, you mentioned the zeros. I see that on the stream here now too. One of those stats was absolutely 100% correct on that screen, which is there were 0 deaths on the side of Queen's Consorts. 100% alive time on their side.
Nice.
And you know, the Kael'thas went deep into that living bomb build with the additional damage at 7, Pyromaniac and Ignite, and then of course the Flamethrower. And that's a heavy bomb for the Maiev pulls. You know, you pull them in, you get a bomb on them, and everybody's got it, and you just melt.
Yep. All right, well, let's see if we can get in an interview here with Queen's Consorts. Let's see. Why don't we head on over to one of the caster lobbies, and we'll bring these guys on up in if they could jump in with us. Looks like I'm not hearing back from Hollis just yet. Let's see. And there is Hollis. All right, we are joined by team captain here for Queen's Consorts, Hollis. How you guys feeling after that match?
Feel pretty good. They're one of the top teams in Div A, and sort of been looking forward to that match for a while now, so it was good that it went 2-0. So yeah, we feel really good. I think we played better than we thought we would. But we definitely expected to win, but maybe not that hard.
Yeah, so looking at game one, we go to Towers of Doom. They've got a pretty decent comp overall, but you guys go with a big Wombo combo. How do you guys feel like you executed on a lot of those big team fights?
I think there was like 4, and I think 3 went pretty well. 1 was pretty bad. So it could have been better, but it's a pretty common comp for us, I guess. So I think we did okay. I don't think they knew how to handle it.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask you specifically was the Deckard. Were there any other healers you guys were considering, or was Deckard the one you really wanted there?
Deckard... Yeah, Deckard was sort of the best that was left, right? Like, I think Tyrande was gone at that point. We probably would have rather had Tyrande. I think that Deckard goes really well with Wombo combo comps whenever nobody has a way to get to him. And so... if he can just sit there and do his own thing and never be dove, then he's actually really good still, even though a lot of people think he's like a dead hero. We think he's pretty good, especially in Wombo combo comps.
All right, so moving on to game 2, we go to Volskaya Foundry. What were you guys thinking of the comp from Gimme the D-Shield when we saw that kind of late Zeratul Cassia pick come out?
Zul'jin Cassia, I think that was, I don't know, was that Rexpo trying to prove he can play something other than mages? I guess that kind of didn't work for him. I don't know what they were trying to do with that comp, to be perfectly honest. It was kind of random. I guess just blinds, try to burn Diablo down. I don't know. If I would have sat there and ate the auto attacks, I guess that would have worked. But yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely unorthodox, to say the least. But also looking at your guys' comp, Kael'thas was something we were a little bit surprised to see. Was that just kind of massive front line set up for the Kael'thas, or was there anything else on your minds when you finished up that draft?
Yeah, whenever they have like Cassia, Cassia and Zul'jin, you don't really want to take an auto attacker into all that blinds. You have a Warden's Cage. I mean, that was basically a Wombo combo comp too. I just don't think it ever really happened because the fights were ending so fast. But yeah, the idea with that comp is Warden's Cage into Lightning Breath with Kael'thas Qs. And I don't think we had to execute it because we were just killing people without it.
All right, and then what are the comms like when you start to see Gimme the D-Shield going in through the top? Did you guys ever have a moment of worry there that you weren't be able to beat them in the base race?
No, not even close. Like, I was like, I don't know what they're doing. I was like, okay, they're trading keeps, and then they kept on going, and I was like, okay, I guess they're just sick of playing, because like I don't see how that happens.
Yeah, I mean, we were discussing it here afterwards. It seemed like maybe that might have been their best chance at winning the game, considering like how many items you guys had, but overall just
I guess so.
not quite enough speed, too much percentage. Lots of things there.
I think what you do is take a fight behind the Triglav, like let the Triglav start sieging and see if our backline like stands back, and then like dive the backline and kill them. The Triglav really doesn't offer much appeal. If I'm in it, I think that's what you do. I think that's a better chance than what they did. Like they were behind the push the whole time. Like we got the fort first, and then we got the keep first, and I don't know why they expected to get the core first, but I guess at that point they were in there, right? So they had to just finish it.
Yeah, you got to take your shot. All right, Arrow, I'm sorry I took up so many of the questions, but do you have any questions?
You know what? I do. You took my Chaos one, but I have one other one, which was the Falling Sword in game one. So help me as a struggling Div C player understand just like what you're going with for that, because you don't see Falling Sword pretty much ever.
So Falling Sword actually combos with Void Prison because it stops time like 1 second, or not 1 second, like a split second before the stun. So if you Falling Sword into a Void, you'll then instantly stun everybody out of it. That's why you take Falling Sword with Void Prison. It's a poor man's APOC.
Right. That is cheeky. And you got it on, I believe, the Tyrande kill at the bot lane there, just to finish the deal there. You know, both of these games, Jason and I talked about it a couple times. Both of these games, you guys were extremely aggressive, whether it was invading their camps when they were already there, you walking in and just saying, "Hey, I'm Johanna, what are you going to do about it?" Right. Or in game two, you know, every single team fight that they wanted, you just said, "Okay, that's fine, it's ours." And I do have one more question for you. So that first biotic emitter, I just got to know, you guys are fighting over it, and they come in, and Cassia walks up and drops it. Like, what happens there? Like, what do you guys say? Does anybody even care?
We definitely cared, right? It was just like calling targets, and like nobody thought, "Oh, I should probably pick this up." It's kind of stupid that you can just walk up and pick that up and like being interrupted doesn't count.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, they lost the fight, they lost the XP, they got a biotic emitter that they then dropped instantly. So it's a small loss compared to what we gained.
Yeah, and I think that's about what we discussed too in the stream.
So it was fine, but it was kind of like whenever everything else goes right, like, you know, that was probably like the worst thing that happened to us in the whole game. Yeah. Which is, if that's the worst thing that happened to you, then you pretty much like stomp that game.
Definite first world problems there, but thank you very much for coming in for the interview. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs you want to make?
Yeah, shout out to Mike, Michaelin, he's been subbing in, Dankstrom, he's been subbing in. Shout out to Rexpa for saying there's no competition in Division A for his team. I guess, you know, that's not going to age very well now. Shout out to Dread Pirates, they're our scrim partners, the real uni specifically. And I think that's it.
All right, well, thanks again. Congratulations on the win, and I hope you guys enjoy the evening. Thank you very much for coming.
See ya.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us tonight, guys. But before we head on out, Arrow, any shout-outs you want to make?
You know what? I just want to say hi to all my Regen fam that are out there. I saw a few of you guys were out in the chat. It's great to see you out there. Appreciate, Jason, that you had me here tonight. Both of the teams, you know, you guys did really well tonight. And I appreciate the clinic to learn how to play the tanks better. So thanks very much, Hollis, for your support.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to shout out, a big thanks to Weenus for providing this tool to make it easy for us, but gotta shout out the NGS Patreon. Of course, go over to the Patreon, guys. Check out the rewards. Very cool stuff there. YouTube as well. We've been posting all of the matches up on the NGS YouTube this season. So if you guys haven't checked that out, there's a lot of cool content. And we've been working really hard on organizing all of that stuff. So go check those out. And don't forget to follow and subscribe here. And get your name up on the wall. And shout outs, by the way, to the members of Queen's Consorts that were subscribing the other night. I'm going to work on getting those names a little bit bigger on the wall. I apologize. Got to figure that one out again because I haven't had to do that for a while. But appreciate the support as always, guys. And for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jayzon. That guy over there is Arrow, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.
Have a good night.